Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome back to Relaxing with Dad ASMR. Thank you for joining me on this rainy evening. It may not be raining where you are. There's a calming, quiet rain here this evening. Perfect evening to unwind with a little bit of Shut the Box. This will be my first sequel video. I haven't played Shut the Box since my last video. We were not successful in shutting the box, the last video I did of this. Maybe tonight we can successfully shut the box. For this video, I decided to use some of my own fun dice. Each roll we only use 2 dice, so I'll just pick 2 out of these 5 every time, just to add a little bit of fun color to the video. And again, just a quick recap of the game. Every turn we roll 2 dice. In this case, I rolled a 2 and a 6. So my total is 8. I can then flip down any total numbers that add up to 8, or the 8 itself. And the objective is on sequential rolls to eventually knock down every peg. Once I get to a roll where the numbers that I roll no longer add up to anything that I can flip down, that is when the game ends, and you add up the remaining total of pegs shown, and that is your score. The lower the score, the better. Obviously, a perfect score is 0 if you are able to successfully shut the box by closing every peg. But yes, let's go ahead and play. We'll use blue and purple for starters. A 4. Ooh. Another 4. This game is not off to a good start. An 8. I could have done a 2 and a 6, but I think I want the 8. Seven. Oh, that's a good one, a 9. Okay. Ooh. A 3. And that is where our game ends. I do not have the ability to put a 3 down. So if we add these up, we'd have 2, 7, 13, 23, 34, 46. So that's the score for our first game. Let me make sure I did my math right. 12, 23, 33, 39, 44, 46. Okay. Okay. So now let's pick 2 more dice. Let's go red and black. So with our red and black dice, we start game 2. A 6. Oh boy. 7. Another 6. A 9. There we go, big number. A 12. Okay. This board still looks manageable if we can get a couple more of these big ones down. Another 6, and we only have one option, which is the 42. And a 6 again. So our total this time is 3, 11, 21, 33. So an improvement from last game, but still more room for improvement beyond that. Okay. Let's go green and blue for this one. That's a good roll to start. 9 is pretty decent. A 2. Not sure I like that one. A 9 again. I think I'm going to go 6 and 3 with that one. There's an 8. A 4. We've rolled quite a few doubles already. Chinny chin chin. We got a 5. And we get the big one, a 12. Oh, and we just miss. Continuing. No 6 to play. So our score for this, 1, 8, 18, 29. So a nice trend so far. Each game is getting better than the last. Again, if you recall from my last video, the last Shut the Box video, the lowest I've ever scored is a 15. And the lowest my wife has ever scored is a 5. It'd be great to maybe beat either of those tonight. Let's keep going. Let's do purple and black this time. A 4. A 5. A 7. Another 5. This is looking to be a horrible game. An 8. It's a little helpful. It'd be nice to get one of these big numbers on this roll. We get a 7, which we only have one option. But boy, are we in trouble. And we lose. So this would be 9, 20, 30, 42. So our second to worst game, we took a couple steps backwards with that one. But let's see how our luck continues. I've already forgotten which color combinations I've used. And I know I've been putting them in different places each time too. How about we do red and purple this time? Six. There's a good one. An 11. I like that. Ooh, followed by a 9. Getting some big numbers knocked out early. Another 9. So a couple options. We can do 8 and 1, 7 and 2, or 5 and 4. I think I want to do the 8 and the 1 in that scenario. Let's see if that comes back to bite us. Ooh, another 9. I think I'm going to go the 5 and 4 in this scenario. No. Seven and 2. And there's a 5. Oh, another 9. We rolled quite a few 9s. And unfortunately, that's where this round ends. We had 7, 17, 29 again. Back on track. If I recall from my first Shut the Box video, 26 was our best score. So we're only 3 off of that. Let's see if we can beat that still. How about black and blue this time? There we go. Starting with that 11 again. Followed with a 7. Nice. A 10. And then a 9. This is looking like a very strong game. Another 10. I think I want to do the 8 and the 2. There's a 5. I think I'm going to do the 4 and the 1 for that one. Let's see what that does to us. Ah, and that does bite us. Oh man, had I left that up and done that instead, I could have kept going. Well, let's do this, because now I'm curious. I am very curious. Let's see what this score would have been. So that's 3, 8, 14, or 26. But I am curious if we did that instead on the previous one, and now did the 6 and 1. Or we could have done the 4 and the 3. But let's say 6 and 1. How much further can we go? An 11 would have been our next roll, so we would have ended here at 19 as well. So if everything played out, we only would have made it one roll further. Let's put an asterisk next to that. Oh man. That one had such high potential. That was a good game. We'll go Christmas colors, red and green. A 3. I don't like it when we start low. 5. A 4. A 7. A 6. I do not like it when it is just the middle of the board that we are working. There we go, a 10. Alright, let's get some lucky rolls in a row here. And our luck ends. We do not have a 7 that plays. So here we have 10, 20, 31, 43. Quite a big step backwards on that one. But let's see if we can get back on course again. Okay. Let's do red and blue Spider-Man colors. Seven. A 3. A 5. An 8. Another 5. We only have one option. Let's get a big number here. And the 7 beats us again. So for this round, 2, 8, 17, 27, 38, 50. Our worst game yet. Let me make sure I did that right. 12, 23, 33, 42, 48, 50. Yep. I think we can play one more game. Okay. And for this, let's go green and purple. A 4. Not my favorite start. A pretty decent rebound with an 8. Followed up with a 9. Ooh, an excellent 12. And a 7. I think I'm gonna go with a 5 and a 2 on that one. Let's see if that was smart. As we then get an 8. We haven't had doubles in a while. We had them quite a bit on the first couple games. Our only option is the 7 and the 1. Let's get one of these big numbers down. A 12. Imagine that. It's the 12 that knocks us out. Who would have thought it? But that was a fairly decent last game to end on. We'll have 3, 9, 19, 30. Alright. So our best game did end up being the 26. That had a potential to be a 19 if I had only done a couple rolls differently. One roll differently. I can't think back far enough to see if I had done the... I don't even remember what I did for the 7, and if I did just the 7 or the 5 and the 2. Don't know how that one would have turned out differently. I do hope that this was relaxing for you. So we tied our best game from the first video. We'll have to continue playing again in the future and see if we can ever beat that 26. Again, the 19 doesn't really count, as my true score was the 26. But I thank you guys for joining me this evening. Again, hopefully this was relaxing to you. Let me know if you liked the colorful dice for this video instead of the just traditional dotted dice. And let me know in the comments as well if there's any rolls that you would have done different than I did as far as the pegs that you knocked down versus what I actually did. But with that, I hope you have a very relaxing rest of your evening. and have a wonderful night's sleep. Thanks for tuning in this evening. I hope you have a good night. Take care.